Hello, Christ is in our midst. I'm Father Kevin Long of St. Elias, St. Joachim Orthodox Church in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Today's Friday, January 26th, 2024, and here are the readings for today. A reading from St. Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verses 9 through 17. Brethren, we are God's fellow workers. You are God's field, God's building. According to the grace of God given to me, like a skilled master builder, I laid a foundation, and another man is building upon it. Let each man take care how he builds upon it. For no other foundation can anyone lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now if anyone builds on a foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each man's work will become manifest. For the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed with fire. And the fire will test what sort of work each one has done. If the work which any man has built on the foundation survives, he will receive a reward. If any man's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, though he himself will be saved, but only as through fire. Do you not know that you are God's temple, and that God's Spirit dwells in you? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him. For God's temple is holy, and that temple you are. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 22, verses 1 through 14. Let us be attentive. The Lord spoke this parable, saying, The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a marriage feast for his son, and sent his servants to call those who were invited to the marriage feast, but they would not come. Again he sent other servants, saying, Tell those who are invited, Behold, I have made ready my dinner. My oxen and my fat calves are killed, and everything is ready. Come to the marriage feast. But they made light of it and went off, one to his farm, another to his business, while the rest seized his servants, treated them shamefully, and killed them. The king was angry, and he sent his troops and destroyed those murderers and burned their city. Then he said to his servants, The wedding is ready, but those invited were not worthy. Go therefore into the thoroughfares, and invite to the marriage feast as many as you find. And those servants went out into the streets and gathered all whom they found, both bad and good. So the wedding hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to look at the guests, he saw there a man who had no wedding garment. And he said to him, Friend, how did you get in here without a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then the king said to his attendants, Bind him hand and foot and cast him into the outer darkness. There men will weep and gnash their teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen. Glory to thee, our God, glory to thee. There are actually several accountings of the marriage feast. There are marriage feasts that talk about the people who have to go and have things evaluated and say, please have us excused. And then there's this one. In this one, what happens is when people are invited to the marriage feast, they make light of it. One to his farm, one to his business, and others mutilate the servants who go and bring the news that this thing is happening. And the king gets angry, and as a result of his anger, he burns the cities of the people that he invited. I'm sure that includes those who were invited. And then he goes and he forces the people in the highways and the byways to come to the banquet. And you would think that would be it, that everyone is welcome. This would be the continuation of the story that, in the old days they abused the prophets and they did harmful things to them. And because of their sinfulness, they don't deserve to enter into the banquet. But it's not that. It doesn't stop there. Because when they go into the banquet, they are expected to conduct themselves in a particular way. Each person who is in the banquet is expected to have on a wedding garment. And indeed, there's one who was compelled to come who does not have a wedding garment. And when the master sees this person, he says, "Friend, where's your garment?" He has no answer. And what happens? Is he forgiven? No. Is he given a garment? No. He's cast out. He's sent away into the same abyss where everyone who did not answer the original call is sent. What are we to make of this? Again, I strongly suggest we look at it as a parable, perhaps as an allegory. And that is, when Christ calls you, he does indeed call. And we should answer that call. However, once the call is answered, once we say yes, we should live in accordance to what he expects of us. And in this case, well, we put on our wedding garment. He expects us to turn the other cheek. He expects us to lend, expecting nothing in return. He expects us to be perfect, even as our Father in heaven is perfect. All of these expectations and demands are part of what it means to be part of the banquet that our God is putting on for us. So it's not just, here I am as I am, take me, and that's it. No, change is expected. Obedience is expected. A bridal garment that is appropriate is expected. So we must wear what is expected for us to wear. And so how does that work? Well, we bear fruit. We show the world that we are indeed God's people by doing the things that God expects us to do. And when we do that, when we bear that fruit, the world will not question us in what we are doing, but instead the world will see us as we are. They may not love us. In fact, some will resent us. But regardless, what we will find is that we are part of God's community, ultimately a part of his heavenly community. And we will be blessed because we will have listened to his expectations, acted appropriately, and shown up for the banquet, totally prepared to be received and to enjoy the bounties that are available there. And then he indeed will bless us and bring us into his heavenly kingdom. To God be all glory, honor, and worship today and forever. Amen.